Hello and welcome to day 9. I want to start today with the beautiful Archangel Jophiel. Beautiful Archangel Jophiel, I invoke your essence and your energy on behalf of all of these beautiful beings that are here with us in our now moment within our sacred space. I connect with you, we connect with you, we align with your essence and your energy to fully share all of these beautiful divine gifts of light, surrounding us with the energy of the divine, so that we may open our arms to receive all of our intentions, all of our desires in our now moment. We are grateful for this journey. We are grateful for these gifts, and we look forward for all the miracles that will manifest within our now moments. Thank you, beautiful, radiant Archangel Jophiel. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, so blessed be. So today's energy is called Gifts from God. Pay attention to what is occurring today. Have you received anything in the past 8 days? You have worked really hard in these past 8 days. Just day 8 alone was intense. It shed light on a lot of truth in your life. And sometimes day 8 is not just day 8, because the energy that it held took a lot of courage. And sometimes, from working with many of you through these past years since I wrote this book with Archangel Metatron and all the angels of light that had came through to co-create this energy, I have witnessed that some of you have taken sometimes a month through the energy of day 8. And I want to tell you that it is okay. Like I said, this is your journey. This is your truth. And what matters is that you work it on your own time to make it best fit your needs, to manifest your desires and intentions as you feel that you can, in your time, in your way. What might work for me might not work for you, and likewise. And it is okay. That's why today we're working with Archangel Jophiel, because her energy is love, it's light, it's bliss, and I can see her right here. Can you feel her? She's right here. Feel her angelic energy as I'm witnessing her right in front of me. I could feel her vibration and energy, because it's like an emotional stance, an emotional frequency and energy. As she's telling you, as long as she's telling me, that we must be open to receiving. Feel her vibration. It is beautiful. Today we are receiving. Today we are aligning with the gifts from God. Today you will fully connect with your angels. Today you will ask, what questions do you want your angels to answer? Really think about that. As I'm seeing Archangel Jophiel here, right now, in my now moment, as she is with you right now, in your now moment, what would you like to ask? Go ahead and take your time and write it out. Leave room to answer the questions, because she will respond. She will share with you what you need to know. Just simply allow. Don't second guess. This is the most beautiful journey you have ever walked upon. Connect. Today you are blessed. Today you are fruitful. Today you're favored by the divine. by the onlyness, the oneness, and the Almighty God. However you believe, for God is universal. Through my life, through yours, through ours, we are blessed by divinity, for we are created in God's image. Your answers will be revealed for you in your way. Allow, connect. Says, allow space to come back when the questions are answered. Sometimes the arrival of the answer is divinely guided. Do not push anything. Simply allow. Let the answers find you. I want to share with you a little story. So if you remember day 8, I talked about my old house. Now, there was a time in the early 1990s where I was extremely upset with God. I was so upset with God that I let go of our relationship. I severed it. I did not talk to God. I did not pray. That put me in a deep state of sadness. Not so much depression, but yes, even depression. There were days that I didn't want to get out of bed because I was so hurt. And I remember being awoken at 2:00 in the morning. The angels said, Daisy, there's a book in your mom's room that you must read. This went on for a few nights because me being the stubborn human that I was, and not having a relationship with God, I decided to ignore the calling. A few days later, I had a full-blown panic attack. I did not know what it was. Since I had heart conditions, we thought that it was a heart attack. Mind you, I was in my very early 20s. So I thought that was it. That was the end. What relationship I had with God, and here I was going to croak. Long story short, I was in the hospital for a few days, and I come back, and once again, I am awoken by the beautiful angels. Once again, they tell me to go to my mother's room because there was a book there. Now, mind you, my mom is sleeping. I could have gotten the book at 2:00 in the afternoon. But I don't listen. I'm running around. My kids are little. I'm busy bee. I'm self-loathing. I'm the victim. All of that energy. It was at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning that the angels had me all to themselves to connect. And I went tiptoeing into my mom's room. And I looked through her shelf and I found the Book of the Angels. I read that book in less than a day. I was so taken and I ran. Mind you, I hadn't journaled in months because I was so upset. I didn't want to talk to God. I didn't want to journal. Finally, I got my journal. I went to Walmart and I bought my journal. And I sat down and I apologized to God. I poured my heart out. I cried and cried and cried. And then the angels told me what was going on. They told me that I was having panic attacks because I was in an extremely stressful state. It was my children, my parents, where I was living, my work. I was a teacher, so I had 25 kids all by myself. It was chaotic. So when I got home, I didn't have, time for anything. I was just so tired. So the angel showed me how to meditate. And I started meditating. And then the angels would talk to me all the time. And I've always heard them. I just never knew who they were. I thought it was Jiminy Cricket. Let your conscience be your guide. Because I was so young and naive. I mean, it was earlier than that I saw a fairy, but then she disappeared. So, gifts from the angels are beautiful. And they come just when we need them. And you will feel very emotional because their love comes from such an energy and a frequency that is just super high, way beyond our dense, polar energy that we are in right now. There's a lot of chaos in the world, a lot of darkness, a lot of anger and resentment. And unfortunately, sometimes we're attached to this. So today's energy is about you getting those questions answered. What is it that you want to know? Allow that energy and that frequency. And then write it all down. It is your truth. This is for you, not for anyone else. What I like to do in my journals when I'm working with the angels is I will get them and I will put them in between my mattress to really connect with the frequency and energy. Because words are the most powerful gift that we humans have. And asking those questions and putting them underneath our mattress or our pillows are a great way for the angels to enter your lucid dream realm. And you could even ask them to visit you. I've had some great visitations with the angels in the beautiful plane of dreams and been able to take some of that. I have them written in my journals, the places that I visited. I will never forget the beautiful oceanic lake of smoky quartz. Before I even got into crystals, I never knew what smoky quartz were. And the angel said, Daisy, you need to find this crystal. You need to work with this crystal. And I did. The very next day, I grabbed my daughter. I was like, we need to find this crazy crystal. And I remember going to the shop and looking everywhere. And I, because I'm really close with the shop owners and, it's a family business. And I said to them, I'm looking for this crystal. It's like this and that and the other. And, I even expressed to them that it was something I dreamt. And she was super excited. She's like, oh my gosh, that's smoky quartz. You're expressing smoky quartz. And she grabbed a big cluster and she showed me. I was astonished when I saw the crystal. I pulled it out of this beautiful oceanic lake. The angels will send you beautiful gifts. Be ready, be open, and accept these gifts. Those dreams that show us what we need to act upon, those are gifts. The messages that share into our deep thoughts, answering those questions that have been bottled up inside, those are gifts. One of my favorite things to share is when Abraham Hicks and Esther Hicks, she would say something is as easily to manifest a castle as it is a button. I will never forget that. That was a gift. I was having so much fun. Me and my husband, I was doing affirmations, I was manifesting. It was, I'm going to say like early 2010. It was such a beautiful energy and frequency, even though there was a lot of chaos as always. Chaos is always going to be around. There's always going to be darkness, always going to be chaos. But we need to live in bliss and harmony and gratitude and be joyful and happy. So we were walking in one of my favorite places down in Miami. And I will never forget, I'm doing my affirmations. I'm constantly doing my affirmations. And I said, I can't manifest any buttons. I haven't seen a button since my great grandmother was around when I was a toddler. I will never forget that we walk into this store. It was the last store on the block. And there was everything. This was like an everything store, really cute. They had brooches and, clothes, and you name it, they had it. And the angels showed me this really weird shelf. It was like it had like cascading little boxes. And when I walked up to that shelf, would you believe what it was? Buttons. Every shape, size, color, brooch, earrings, necklaces, whatever your heart can imagine of buttons. I started crying in the middle of the store. I'm sure people looked at me and thought, what is wrong with that lunatic? Poor thing, she's having a rough day. And they don't know that I was at the most happiness because I just received a major gift. The angels showed me that we can manifest anything. I even remember said, I should say pennies. I can manifest a castle as easy as a penny because, You find pennies. You see them on the floor. They're in your couch. They're in your car. Pennies are everywhere. But a button? I hadn't seen a button in years. I mean, my clothes didn't even have buttons. I wasn't going to run into a button in the middle of the street, you know? Buttons. That was a beautiful gift. What gifts do you receive? Go ahead, come back and comment them below. Share your stories. That is what this is all about. It's about sharing our triumphs, our glory, our victories. I welcome you and I send you love and gifts on this glorious day of gifts, of receiving. Thank you. And I ask you to join me on day 10.